David.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, it took me a couple minutes to join. I was doing an update.
Oh, no worries. That's always the worst.
Yeah.
It happens at the worst times.
Yeah. Good. Good. I'm glad we were finally able to do this call. I know we were actually supposed to do it a while back, but things got kind of hectic. So on my end.
Yeah. Thank you for rescheduling it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Truly one of the best parts of my day is if I get to talk with you and if I get to talk with somebody who's done a deal with DealMachine, and it's really rewarding for me. So glad that you made some time. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's nice to see the fruits of your labor.
It's very energizing for me.
Be successful for folks. So thanks so much. I'm excited to share, kind of our story, and we're trying to sort of build and scale out the business now with DealMachine, and so hopefully there's more to come.
Oh, that's so great to hear. And you said we, so do you have a partner?
Yes, I have a partner. Yes, we're working together. It's actually my boyfriend and I. So we're co-partners, co-entrepreneurs.
You're co-preneurs.
Co-preneurs, yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Facebook group that Crystal and Dedrick Polite made?
Yes.
That are doing it with their significant others. That's awesome.
It has its ups and downs.
Yeah, it does. But I think it's really great to have a partner, and it's great that you can do that with someone you really like.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, I think any business that you do, I'm an entrepreneur in other avenues. So I think having anyone to sort of bounce ideas back and forth and kind of divide and conquer makes a huge difference. So
absolutely.
I do appreciate that. So.
All right. Well, where are you operating your business in, Arika?
In Washington, D.C. So we're really the DMV area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia.
Okay, great. And how long have you guys been working on are you wholesaling?
We're wholesaling. That's sort of our entry into the real estate investment market. But our hope is to transition from there to doing some flips, some multifamily, I think acquiring some multifamilies, doing rentals. I think that's our ultimate goal. Some also buy and hold as well.
Okay. Awesome. I love that too. I personally love rental properties, and that's how I got started. Was I wanted to find some rentals.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's our ultimate goal, or our short-term goal, I should say. Wholesaling is our way of sort of getting, obviously, some financial resources and getting some cash flow so we can start to do those transactions. We're in a market that's a little high, so right. We need something to sustain ourselves. Yeah.
And going directly to the seller is the best way to find really good rental property deals. I've found. So I've been a little bit paused on my marketing on the real estate side. And just kind of browsing what's been listed and what's being auctioned and what other wholesalers are showing me. And I haven't bought anything because I was so spoiled from the deals you can find when you actually go direct to the seller. So I think it's going to work out.
Where are you based out of?
I'm in Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So tell me, how did you guys end up doing this first deal with DealMachine? Have you done one deal?
Yeah, we've done one deal. And so we started off just, wholesaling or kind of learning about wholesaling January of this year. And I guess it must have been, I'm not sure when, maybe about February, maybe a month or so. And it's funny because I kept saying to Akil, is my boyfriend's name, I kept saying there has to be a technology-driven way. There's something that, there must be an app or something, or there needs to be one that, sort of connects these dots. I just have a hard time believing that this is not a place that has some sort of technology that's driving, because it's so data-driven, right? And so I was like, there has to be something where you can access this data, and it just, kind of makes it a little bit, streamlines the process a bit.
Right.
So just discovered the DealMachine app, I think through the Polite's Instagram. And it kind of took a little bit of digging. Now they talk more about it, but in the beginning they would just call it an app. And I was like, what is this app?
Yeah.
And so found the app, signed up for it. And really you just kind of, it's funny, our first wholesale deal was me just kind of I downloaded the app and I just went out like down the street from my house. And I was like, let me just see how it works. And the wholesale deal came from one of those, I'm just checking it out, you know.
Yeah.
Still drive for dollars, and now we go out intentionally, of course, you know, with the app. But at that point, I was just sort of like, okay, let me just see how, you know, you put a house in, take a picture. I was just trying to see how it all worked.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a house that it had, you know, a bunch of notices on the doors. I could tell no one lived there, you know, definitely, but it's in the area where I live. So I know that it's a great market. I live in the city. There's lots of row houses where they're trying to do condo conversions, things like that. But it's a really hot area. So received a call from a woman who said she received the postcard. She actually had been working, I think, with someone else, but it didn't go through. But I think the fact that the house was on the postcard really made a difference. She has received over the years, because she hadn't lived there since I think 2011. And it was pre-foreclosure, but I didn't even know any of this info because I was just putting the house in as sort of a test. So received a call from her about the property, and we were able to go, and she actually lived in South Carolina. And so we were able to go and to get the lockbox. I was, you know, really nervous to go inside this completely abandoned house, but we went and checked it out, and we were like, wow, this is prime real estate. So we were able to get it under contract pretty quickly with her. And then honestly, you know, since this was our first deal, we didn't have a buyer's list. And we were able to quickly get a lot of attention in terms of buyers.
Okay.
And so we actually end up getting a wholesale profit of $34,000.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That was your first deal?
That was our first deal. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so a pretty sizable first deal income, or profit, I should say. So it was a little bit of work. The buyer that we ended up going with, we had to kind of go back and forth a little bit because they were going to do a conversion, and so they're trying to line up all of, you know, the things on their end. But we, you know, finally went to closing, you know, and it was, I think it was good for us because, good and bad, I think it was such a great deal for us that we were like, wow, you know, we can do this. And so then I think we had lost a little bit of our momentum in the past couple of months afterwards. I think we just got a little lazy maybe.
You're living off that big payday.
Yeah. And so now we're, like I said, we're really focused on actually scaling right now. We want to look at other markets outside of our area. We want to get more, we don't have any deal finders besides ourselves. So we want to basically expand our team and really try to be very aggressive in terms of how we go about the business next. But the app, it really makes a huge difference in terms of really being able to get your hands on that info that's quick. We live in an area where, you know, there is a lot of real estate, you know, investment going on. So what I personally find very helpful is being able to quickly see, especially if someone has just bought the place, you know, in the last year, and immediately eliminate those, not waste our times on those.
Yeah.
Because we do, you know, you might see something that's like, oh, wow, this is perfect. It looks like it's completely, you know, abandoned. It's, you know, and then you see, oh, someone just bought it, you know, 6 months ago or something like that. So that does help us quite a bit. And I think we're just learning too about the different ways. I'm still learning about the different ways to use the app. I think we've underutilized it a bit. Mm-hmm. We are going to start doing things like customizing the templates and the campaigns and such. Our first one was really just, like I said, I kind of just went out there and added the house during sort of a, you know, learning to use it. And so, you know, and sent like kind of the basic template, you know, didn't really do a bunch of customization or any of that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. That's incredible. And I think that you guys are headed in the right direction when you're talking about getting other people to drive for you, because your time now is going to be better spent, you know, analyzing a deal or finding some more buyers. And
Right,
those are
exactly.
things that only you can do right now, but you can
Mhm.
easily have somebody do the driving for you. So I
Mhm.
think that's
Mhm.
really smart next step for you guys.
Yeah, no, we're excited. So that's what we're working on. Like we spent some time this weekend working on some of our materials, our marketing things for, for deal finders, what our commission or marketing fee will be for them,
Mm-hmm.
those types of things. So I think that will be a good next step. Both of us work full time. And so I think, again, freeing up our time for those types of strategic things will be much more, a better use of our time versus kind of going out there. I kind of like driving for dollars. I think it's kind of fun. You get to also, check out the neighborhoods and things like that. And so I'd rather us save it for doing it, that not us not be reliant on ourselves to only doing it. I think
Right.
we'll go out there and do it. And sometimes, we just, now I feel like we're constantly on alert, even when we're just driving around and we're like, okay, get that house really quick, But I do think really the only way to truly scale is to really, have sort of more, street power.
Oh yeah. Street power. I
Yeah.
like that. Great. Well, do you know how many deals did you have in DealMachine when you got this deal?
So we were not up to the 200 yet, that you kind of the rule of thumb, probably about maybe 100 and something. We closed in May.
Okay.
But she called us I remember it was March 1st or 2nd. And like I said, we had just joined, maybe in February.
Okay.
But we had added a good amount, but she was just part of that early first round. So
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, cool. I want to let you know too, we just this week are updating actually to make things easier to onboard your deal finders. So
Okay.
it's going to be like a training portal for them. So
Okay.
you can actually tweak it and adjust it to actually teach them your payment structure, the type of level of houses that you want them to find, whether it's like super distressed or lightly distressed. And they can go through and take all those videos. So it kind of just like trying to lift the burden of, having to onboard
awesome.
deal finders and making that really streamlined for you and them. So that's coming out soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay. And that'll be automatic because we haven't done it just yet. I'm still lobbying. Well, we have to, but because we're still on the normal plan. So updating up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Enterprise. So my boyfriend has a little bit of sticker shock for that.
Yeah, I understand that. It's actually going to go up in price soon. So I'm not trying to put a pressure on you, but just making you aware that once we get the training portal out, we're going to increase the price for the enterprise plan. But if you get it now, then you will get it at the old price.
Okay. And I think probably his biggest concern is not so much, I think it'll pay for itself. It's the 12-month commitment. Will that still always be the
enterprises have a 12-month commitment, and that's mainly because we actually invest a lot of one-on-one time into you, and you'll actually get like a upfront training for you and your partner, as well as for anyone else on your team. And so just to make sure that we don't that we just get our money back for the time spent.
Gotcha.
That you get more attention on the enterprise plan.
Okay.
Well, and also it's like to really get the value of it and like getting team members onboarded, you really can't give it a full test unless you give it a year-long try. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't usually get the deal right away.
Right.
Like you guys did. So it's also kind of to help you realize, like, if I'm going to make this investment, it's because, we're going to try this over a long period of time, and it's going to be something that we're going to like fully test out.
Okay. Makes sense.
Cool. Well, Arika, I can have Josh give you guys, reach out to you guys if you'd like, from our team. And he actually helps train and works with our bigger companies. So he can give you all the best practices. Of course, I know you're with the Polites too. So they have they have a training course, I think, too. I'm not sure if you're in that. But,
yeah.
Yeah, Josh will make sure you're taken care of. So I can have him reach out if you'd like to.
Okay. Yeah, I would appreciate that. I mean, I think like I said, we're ready to kind of get moving on this expansion train. So
awesome. Well, congratulations to, what was your boyfriend's name?
Akil.
Congratulations to you and Akil, Arika, and thank you so much for doing this call with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully there'll be more to come.
Yeah, well, let me know.
Okay, will do.
Okay, bye, Arika.
Thanks, David.
Uh-huh.